You show up, you try, you say the right things, laugh at the right moments, and somehow you still leave feeling like a stranger. Like everyone else got a manual you were never given. Like friendship is this effortless thing for other people, and for you, it's a wall you keep running into. If that resonates, stay with this. Because by the end, you're going to understand exactly why it happens, and it has nothing to do with being unlikable. Most people will tell you to just be more confident, be more outgoing, just put yourself out there. But here's what that advice gets completely wrong. It assumes your struggle is a skill problem. It isn't. People who struggle to make friends are often highly observant, deeply thoughtful, and more emotionally intelligent than most of the people in the room. The real reason you struggle is buried much deeper than confidence, and we're going to get to it. Psychologists studying adult attachment and social bonding have found something consistent. People who find friendship difficult aren't socially broken. They're socially calibrated to a different frequency. Their nervous systems learned, early on, to treat new connections as potential threats rather than opportunities. So the question isn't, why can't I make friends? The real question is, what did your nervous system learn that made closeness feel risky? There are three specific psychological reasons this happens, and the third one almost no one talks about. Reason one, you learned that being yourself wasn't safe. Maybe you were too sensitive, too quiet, too intense, and people let you know it. So you started editing yourself before conversations even began. You filtered what you said, you pre-rejected yourself before anyone else could. And now, in every new social situation, that filter runs automatically. You're not struggling to connect. You're struggling because part of you is still protecting the kid who got burned for being real. Reason two, you were never taught how to tolerate the awkward middle. Friendships don't start with depth. They start with small talk, weird pauses, surface level conversations that feel meaningless. But if you grew up in an environment where emotional needs weren't consistently met, small talk can feel unbearable because it doesn't feel like real connection, so you avoid it. And without surviving the awkward middle, friendships never get the chance to deepen. But here's where it gets more complicated, and this is the part most people never hear. Reason 3. You unconsciously signal closure. Research in nonverbal communication shows that people who fear rejection often adopt closed body language, shorter responses, and lower eye contact, not because they're unfriendly, but because their nervous system is bracing for impact. The problem is that other people read those signals as disinterest. So the very thing you're doing to protect yourself is the thing quietly pushing people away. You're not failing at friendship. Your nervous system is running a protection program that's become the obstacle. And understanding that, really understanding it, changes everything. This isn't a personality flaw. It isn't a permanent condition. It's a pattern, a learned pattern that formed in a specific context for a specific reason. And learned patterns can be unlearned. The people who seem to make friends effortlessly, most of them just happen to grow up in environments where connection felt safe by default. You didn't. That's not failure, that's history. The work isn't becoming a different person. It's teaching your nervous system that closeness doesn't have to be dangerous anymore. One small, real interaction at a time. Tell me in the comments, does the awkward middle feel unbearable to you, or is it something else that gets in the way? Here's what I want you to take from this. You are not too much, and you are not too little. You are someone whose nervous system learned a specific lesson about people, and that lesson is running the show. The fact that you still try, that you still show up even when it feels like walking into a wall, means the part of you that wants connection is still fighting for it. That matters. The struggle to make friends isn't proof that something is wrong with you. It's proof that something happened to you. And that's a very different thing. If this gave you language for something you felt for a long time, share it with someone who needs to hear it.